How's it going, everyone? WTFSexyHeadphones here. Happy Mondays or Tuesdays to you guys. As the title suggests, kicking it old school. What that means is I realize it's kind of been a while since I've given you guys really any kind of updates. And when I was doing the most recent video, which was the Women in the Zone reveal video, and I had to find the intro to that like sparked that, which was 8 years ago. Going through all of those old vlogs, I realized, or remembered, I guess, how super random they were. Oh my gosh, the things I fucking thought of. Anyway, so I figured we're gonna try and kick it old school again and do a classic Monday vlog. I'm gonna give you guys some updates and kind of what's been going on. There's someone that I really want you guys to meet that unless if you're on my Discord, you have not met them. Yeah, super excited just because, yes. Anyway, some schooling that I've been up to. Kind of also one of the things I want to talk about too is Valve's new game that they were trying to keep under the radar, but I don't really think they were. I feel like it was a marketing thing, whatever. Anyway, that as well, and possibly some things in between that I can't think about at this moment. But yes, so let's get into it. Okay, so updates. I don't know I'm doing that. We'll try and make this part just the quickest. So pretty much like a lot of you guys have been asking why there's not much going on. Trying to find out the best way I can get this. I don't think I can. Ugh, why is it so hard? Boo. Anyway, moving on. It's so funny looking, right? So anyway, moving on. I'm gonna go grab someone that I've been wanting to introduce you guys to for a while, but just haven't. So, hold on. Look at this sweet baby! Everybody, this is Ghidra, or I call her Squiggles. Now, this is not my dog, this is actually my mom's dog. She's 9 months old. Ghidra, come here. Come here. Now look this way. Look at this face. She's 9 months old, about 95 pounds, and her name is actually from Godzilla. When my mom was younger, the way that it was translated, Ghidorah was translated to the American version was Ghidra. So my mom has named this sweet little monster Ghidra, and she is a monster, and look at this face. Look at these ears. Boop. Isn't she just the cutest, you guys? Oh my gosh, I'll have to show you photos or videos or something. I'll throw something up here. There we go. I'll throw something up here for you guys to see, because when we got her, she was like this cute little itsy bitsy 8-week fluffy potato. And it was kind of funny because she initially, out of the 3 dogs that I have, Zona, Rad, Katya, she wanted to really be friends with Katya. And it's funny just because of the fact that of all the dogs, Katya does not like meeting new dogs. She doesn't like new people very well. She gets used to people pretty easily, but particularly dogs. When she met my dog, she was a pain in the butt and would try to bite them and all these other things. And she was a little shithead for a while. And so same with Ghidra, not biting. She never tried to bite Ghidra, but same with Ghidra, she did not like meeting Ghidra. So even though Katya's like, I think Katya's between 60 or 70 pounds, I can't remember. And Ghidra was about 10 pounds when we got her. Ghidra would literally like chase Katya out of the house because she'd go want to play with Katya, and Katya would just like run away from her, or she couldn't get up on the couch at that time, or so Katya would just jump up on the couch and hide from her. And I'm guessing it's just because of the fact that since Katya is a dog who came from the exclusion zone, when you grow up partially in that stray lifestyle and have been bred from it, that just leaves a mark, and there's just this instinct with her, and while she's very comfortable and happy, she just takes a while to get used to new animals in particularly. So it took her about like a month to warm up to Ghidra, but bless Ghidra's little heart, she did not give up, and she was always going after poor Katya until Katya ended up being like the little big sister to her, so it was super super cute. But yeah, it was of all the dogs to want to be like the best buddy with. And then Zona and Rad were just had pretty much like no interest. They were just like, this thing is too small for me to play with. I do not care. And then Katya was just kind of like, why do you want to talk to me? Or however. Yeah, I'll see about showing you guys more photos and things and updates of Ghidra. But main thing, if you want to see, is I post it mostly in the Discord. If I do post anything, I know my updates are pretty shitty there too. I'm sorry. But anyway, so other thing that's been kind of taking up my time a lot is I started schooling in January as well again. I started going for certification in unmanned aerial technology, aka UAS, aka drones, essentially. I think, yeah, there's 4 classes. I've already got 2 classes down, and I think 2 weeks ago I just started flight test and evaluation part 1. And this just takes up like a lot of my focus and mind, and just gives me a lot of anxiety because I'm just a very ADHD person who does not do well in school. I'm super excited about it, but it's a lot of fucking reading. It's a lot of reading, and my mind just drifts off absolutely so much. So it's been interesting to say the least, but I'm hoping that I can use this to either get into, there's a handful of things that would be interesting to go into with it. Agriculture is actually one of the, it's either second or third largest industry growing in the US with drones. Mining and construction are the other ones, but search and rescue would be cool, something that would be neat to use drones for. Agriculture would be neat, but kind of the main thing I'm going to try and gun for is, I know a guy who knows a guy who works at the nuclear power plant out here, and apparently there is a position that they try to hire him for that uses drones, I think, to go into the water tanks or something like that. I can't remember. I have a contact of a guy I need to contact to see if I could get more information, but that is my main focus, is to somehow see if I could get hired onto the nuclear power plant over here with a drone certification. So but if not, there's a lot of really interesting things. Okay, so last thing I want to talk to you guys about is Valve's new game, Deadlock. I'm laughing just because, like, if you guys have been keeping track of whatever the hell's been going on with it, which I assume is just a marketing thing, it's just been funny. So a little while ago, people got a invitation to test out Valve's secretive but not really secretive game Deadlock. And I say that just because there's been rumors and I think maybe some leaks about it prior to people getting this invitation, but just Valve never said anything about it. But the name was out there, and again, some other information. So I ended up getting an invitation to Deadlock, and I hope I actually still have the photo. I will post it if I do, but if I don't. But when you join the testing, you more or less get a notice that tells you that you can't tell anyone about this whatsoever. But you can also, on the menu screen, invite people to be testers with it. And I thought that this was interesting because you can... I don't know how they choose who gets invited to do their testing, but you're able to escape out of that message, and there's nothing that binds you or locks you to doing what they say, you know. Again, it just tells you, hey, play this test, here's the hours that it runs for your area. Don't talk about it and don't tell anyone about it. Don't give anyone any information about it. Which I, for the most part, I mean, again, I talked to my friends about it because I invited them to the game, and then again, I guess you can talk to them about it at that point. But again, it was just weird because to me, it just doesn't make sense why they did that. But anyway, it's secretive. You aren't supposed to talk about it really, but like there's nothing holding you back. So I think it was The Verge, but don't quote me on it, made it an article and more or less was talking about it and showing it, and then I think got into it with Valve, and then like a few days ago Valve now is like, oh hey you guys, this game exists. It's now like you can look it up on the store, I want to say, and like possibly join it and whatever. I'm it's just some interesting shenanigans for Valve's new game, because Valve, to me, when I think about Valve, they've always made some really good games, and while they pretty much just run Steam as it is now, and they don't really do so much in gaming, and they had to recently get like their hand nearly forced to fix like TF2 and like the bot issue and things like that with that. I was very interested to hear that they were working on any kind of game. Just to hear that Valve is actually dabbling into something gameplay-wise was exciting to me. So I'm like, man, I would get into it no matter what. But again, I thought that it was like a weird... To me, I think it's like a marketing thing, but I don't know why, though, because they wouldn't need to do it. I don't know. None of it makes sense. If you guys have other theories, let me know. So anyway, so if you guys have tried Deadlock, it is like a MOBA shooter. A lot of people have been saying it was supposed to be kind of like an Overwatch style, which in a way it is. And then it feels very... It's like, to me, it's Overwatch meets League of Legends. But a lot more boring and uninspired, it feels, unfortunately. So you'll have 4 lanes to go through. It's a 6v6. You get to choose at the beginning a plethora of characters who will have some various abilities, like an ultimate, various cooldowns, and so forth. And it's just... yeah, again, like, I've tried to play it a few rounds with a bud of mine. If you guys have got to try it, let me know. I don't know if I'm maybe just not giving it enough time. But it honestly almost just makes me want to play League of Legends again instead, which is probably a terrible idea. But it almost just makes me rather play League than it, just because, again, it just feels kind of a bit more dull in a way. I don't know how to quite describe it. It's just the gameplay feels kind of very unsatisfying to me personally right now, especially when I compare it between, again, if I am comparing it between Overwatch and League, because it feels kind of like a little bit of a blend between them. I think it's more League feeling than anything else. It's more on like that MOBA side. But yeah, it's just like when you go to fight people, so say like, and again, this is kind of like the comparison that I kind of keep making. So say like if you've played League, if you're decent at your abilities and so forth, you can get kills early on if you're that kind of character with your kit. Relatively, again, like easily, if you know what you're doing. Where with this one, it feels like everyone is kind of like you're shooting at, like, you're a fridge, they're a fridge, you're just shooting fridges, and like you can throw your whole abilities at them, they could throw their whole abilities at you, you can just do your generic shooting at them for a while, they can do that, and like it just takes a while for it to really amount to anything until you upgrade your abilities and get other things, and then suddenly it just like is a snap the other way. But the very beginning just feels like, yeah, like I'm curious if you guys have played it. I've probably been rambling on way too long because I am just super eloquent with my words, and I'm just gonna stop. So if you guys have played Deadlock, let me know what you think. Again, I feel like part of me maybe needs to give it more time, but like, again, like I've tried like at least 5, 6, 7, 8, I don't know, matches, and it's still just, I don't know, it's not really clicking with me. But yeah, have you guys tried it? Let me know. You know, I was thinking how we can end this too, that is super classic, we haven't done in a while, is with freaking story time, because I have this really dumb one that I could tell you guys that's really quick. So the other day I was going through my kitchen and I turned the corner too quickly and I guess rather fast at the same time, that I literally somehow like practically shanked the side of myself with the corner of the countertop and like flung back onto the floor. And then withered in pain on the floor like a fucking idiot for a while. I don't know how I hit, like, I swear I had to just hit, like, something. I don't know what I hit. It just, I don't know. I don't know. I'm this old and I don't know how to work the human body, and it's just, yeah. If you guys see me with bruises, this is how I get them, essentially. If you guys see me with bruises, these are the ways that normally these bruises are coming about. I still don't know how to walk up the stairs without tripping or get out the door without hitting the door frame or somehow clipping counters. Yeah. Anyway, so that is going to be it for frickin' today, you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Have a good day. Bye. Feel my power. Hey, how's it going, everyone? WTFSexyHeadphones here. Happy Mondays or Tuesdays to you guys. Immediately blanked out. Where was I going with this already? It starts so good.